Peace fam, absolute salute. Quantus and Tess, Quantum Melanin Media. Today we put a sentence you were taught to cheer for on trial. They told you the 13th Amendment ended slavery. December 1865 done, finished, freedom for all. I call bullshit. Not because it's a lie, because it's a half-truth and the missing half is still running today.
Two lanes, like always. He calls it, I bring the receipts. The actual text, the actual court cases, the actual wages being paid right now. You leave able to teach it.
Here's the version you got in school. The amendment passes, the chains come off everywhere, slavery is abolished, period. And most people never read the second half of the one sentence that matters.
So read it. Neither slavery nor involuntary servitude shall exist within the United States. And then the clause, quote, except as a punishment for crime, whereof the party shall have been duly convicted. That comma is the whole story.
Say it plain, slavery is illegal unless you've been convicted of a crime. So if you can decide who's a criminal, you can decide who can be enslaved. Legally. The door was built into the law on day one.
And it was no accident. That exact wording was lifted from the Northwest Ordinance of 1787. The drafters knew exactly what that clause did. They copied it on purpose.
So the door is open, now watch what they walked through it carrying.
The black codes made being unemployed a crime. No labor contract on you, vagrancy. Arrested, fined, and since you can't pay, leased out to a private company. Plantations, coal mines, railroads. They called it convict leasing. Douglas Blackmon won the Pulitzer documenting it, slavery by another name. And the court said the quiet part out loud. Ruffin versus Commonwealth, Virginia, 1871. The ruling describes a convicted person as, quote, a slave of the state. Their words in the record, not mine.
Sit with that, a court didn't dance around it. It looked at a prisoner and said, slave of the state. The system told on itself in plain ink.
And it had addresses. The Louisiana State Penitentiary is still nicknamed Angola. After the country, so many enslaved people were stolen from because the land it sits on was a slave plantation. Same ground, new sign on the gate.
Now here's the part that turns this from a history lesson into right now. Because if this clause was a museum piece, I'd let it go. It isn't.
2022. The ACLU and the University of Chicago publish captive labor. Roughly 800,000 incarcerated people working. Wages from a few cents an hour to, in some states, nothing at all. Producing billions of dollars in goods and services.
Same clause, same sentence from 1865, still load-bearing. Nobody had to pass a new law to do this. They just never closed the door.
And it's not just federal. More than a dozen state constitutions still carry their own punishment exception, word for word. There's a real chance your state's founding document still says it. That's the do this, go read it. No cap, though, give people their due. Voters have started closing it. Colorado, 2018. Nebraska and Utah, 2020. Alabama, Oregon, Tennessee, and Vermont, 2022, all voted to strike the exception from their state constitutions. It can be done. It is being done.
But the big one, the federal 13th, still says it. There's an abolition amendment that's been introduced in Congress to strike the clause for good. It hasn't passed, so the asterisk is still on your freedom. So here's the whole move. Know the clause, read it out loud so it can't hide, check your own state's constitution, and back the people working to close it for good. You can't fix a loophole you don't know is there.
Every claim in this one is sourced, the receipts are in the description. The text, the court cases, the captive labor report, the state votes. Quantum Melanin Media. Plain English, no fog. Subscribe and ride with us.
Freedom with an asterisk was never freedom. Now you know the building, go close the clause, no cap, ah shay.